Morning, superheroes. I want to talk to you about something that can be really, really frustrating at times. Have you ever had a client who was either very late to an appointment and had you waiting, or maybe they show up on time, but then they want to read everything, or they're in the middle of making dinner and they're getting up, from the table back and forth, or the kids or the TV's just, on full blast, or whatever it is that's keeping you from getting in and out within an hour. And the reason it's important to be in and out within an hour is because hopefully you have other appointments to get to, but if not, at the very least, you don't want to reduce the value of your time. So if you're there for an hour and you're getting paid $100, you're making $100 in an hour. If you're there for 3 hours, now you're not making $100 an hour because you're going to be paid the same $100 in a 3-hour span. So if you want to keep the value of your time at the very highest and still provide the best service where everyone is respecting each other's time, this is how you do it. So the very first thing is, if you arrive to an appointment and your signers are not there, you want to call them and ask them what their estimated time of arrival is, or their ETA. If they tell you that they are very close and about to arrive, no problem. If they tell you, well, we've decided to have some breakfast, we went to go look at the house one more time before we sign, or we had to go to the bank and get a cashier's check. So my next question is, again, what time will you be here? I only have an hour that I've allotted for this signing. And if you're not here within the next 20 minutes, you're only going to have about 30 minutes to sign. At that point, let them tell you, well, we can't be there for another 40 minutes. Well, I'm going to call title company and just reschedule. And that's what I tell them. I'm going to reschedule this appointment because you clearly will not be able to sign in 10-15 minutes. It's just not going to happen. So this is extremely important. If they haven't arrived within the first 10 minutes, I am calling them to find out what their delay is. Where are they? What time will they be here? And then at that point, tell them that I've only allotted an hour for them and that we must be out of there within an hour. So how much time are they going to have to sign? Will they only have 5 minutes to sign? That's not going to happen. So I'm not going to sit around and wait for them to show up knowing that we will not be able to sign within 5 minutes. And as soon as I hang up with them, I'm going to call title and let them know what the situation is so that we can reschedule it. Now, the other scenario would be if they're already with you, you've arrived maybe to their home and you are on time, but they've decided that they need, I don't know, an hour, a couple of hours to go over everything. They want to read all the documents. They want to reach out to their lender, their realtor, whomever. They have a lot of questions. These are things that probably should have been done prior to your arrival. This is something that should have been notified to either their realtor or their loan officer. They don't understand that you only have an X amount of time with them. I only allot at maximum 1 hour per signer or signing appointment. Now, if it's a seller's, package, that usually should be able to be completed within half an hour, but I'll still allot an hour for that. So you want to let them know as they're signing, and you can clearly see that they're going to take up a lot more time than an hour. Always wear a watch. This is always going to help you to, clearly make that conversation happen where you can let them know what is going on. So I will look at my watch, making sure that they're looking at me when I do it. That makes them aware that I am reviewing and keeping track of my time. And so I'll let them know, I'm sorry, but I understand that you want to review everything, you want to read everything, but I only have an hour to be here because I have another appointment to go to, and I want to be as courteous to them as I was to you. I want to be on time for them. I want to be prepared for them. I cannot be late for them because of your needs today. And I apologize for that, but this is the amount of time that I have. So if you need more time, if you don't feel like we can close within an hour, let me go ahead and call title and we'll just reschedule it. And if it's not me, it may be another notary, but we will have to reschedule it. Now, keep in mind, I already know I'm going to be paid anyways for being there on time, for being there, for at least, attempting to close this per what I've agreed, right? I showed up on time. I'm there. I have my documents. I'm ready to go. But they clearly cannot do this signing within the allotted amount of time, which is an hour. No title company should ever expect a notary to be there for 3 hours. That's just not acceptable. It's just not right. Like, if they're only paying you $100, why would you want to be there 3 hours? It's just not, it's not acceptable. So make sure that you keep clear what your expectations are and what theirs should be as well. So they should expect to be able to read the documents within that amount of time if that's what they want to do, or they should have done that prior to your arrival. So I hope that this bit of information will help you to keep your signings on time, get them done within that allotted amount of time. And also, as you are getting to your assignments, as you're at your assignments, do not tell your signers that you have to go because you need to get to a soccer game, or you have a lunch appointment, or you have a hair appointment. Signers are not concerned, nor do they want to know about your personal life. So always just say, I've allotted an hour for you because I have another appointment after this and I cannot be late to that appointment. That lets them know that you are a professional. Keep everything professional, nothing personal. And if they're very chatty, you especially want to look at your watch and just let them know that as much as you appreciate them being so hospitable and so friendly, you do have another appointment to get to, and you want to be as considerate to them as you were to your present signers. So I hope this helps. You'll have a great day.